Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the Post Route Show. And now, here's your host, W. Earl Kitchings.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Post Route, the show where we bring you conversations with Black quarterbacks, both past and present. I'm your host, W. Earl Kitchings. This show is proudly brought to you by Quarter Five Back, the preeminent fraternity of Black quarterbacks and home of the prestigious BIP Memorial Trophy, the only national award that honors the top Black quarterback from an HBCU and the top Black quarterback from high schools across the nation. We're always excited and welcome you to be a part of what we are doing here on the Post Route. So if you like what we're doing and you like our show and you want to support us, hey, let me tell you what you need to do. Hit the like button. That's the first thing. Subscribe to the channel. Tap the notification bell. Go to our social media page on Instagram at quarter_5_back. And you can always go to our website at quarter5back.com to find out more about what we're doing, who we're talking about, who history has made have such legacies, so on and so forth. If you go to our website and click on the icon, the blog icon, you'll find newsletters that talk about all of this. Join us every Monday night here at 7 o'clock for more phenomenal conversations. Now tonight, if you don't know it, the Post Route and Quarter Five Back, we are international. And by that, what I mean is we cover quarterbacks, North America, Asia, Europe, all parts of the world, from Mexico to Japan to Germany to Europe. So tonight, coming to you from Finland, Porvoo, Finland to be exact, is our guest. He started his career at Shaw University, made some changes, finally finished up his collegiate career at Texas Wesleyan University, an NAIA school. And now he's playing football in the GFL, the German Football League. For now, he's playing for, well, I'm going to let him tell you about it because the team and his experience is, man, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight talking to this guy because from every place he's been, there's a story. So please join me in welcoming my guest tonight, Mr. Donovan Isom. Ice, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Good to finally see you.
Hey, man, finally, we get this technology stuff worked out, man. It can make this stuff happen. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be here.
So now let's tell everybody where you're at now. You're in what part of Europe?
So right now I'm in Porvoo. I'm in Finland right now. Porvoo, Finland. Yes, sir.
Porvoo, Finland.
Yes, sir.
And you are currently playing for what team in Porvoo?
Hey, the Porvoo Butchers. That's what they named it. The reigning champions of the Finnish League, of the Maple League. Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's what they call it, the Maple League?
Yes, sir. The top division in Finland.
Okay. All right. How many teams do they have in Finland?
They got, so it's 7 in this division, but they have 3 different divisions, but they have 7 in the top division right now.
Oh, wow. Do you play any combination or you just have to stay in your division?
No, we just stay in the division, the Maple League, and then there's Division 1, and then God forbid, I'm sorry, but I don't know what the other one is, but I do know there's 3 divisions though.
But you're in the top division.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is there a championship game?
Yes, it will be in September, at the end of the first week of September.
Okay, so how many games do you got play in one season? Because you told me that the season is getting ready to start.
Yeah, so we start June 6th. It's going to be on a Saturday, and it's going to be a really big home game. I think it's actually free for everybody in that city to come to, so it's going to be really big.
Wow.
And then so I believe we play 10. We play a 10 regular season game. So I think we're going to play some teams twice this year.
Absolutely. And when we talk about the fact that you're playing in a city, and the city's like, well, it's a opening game, first game, everybody come free,
Yes.
So you get all the support in the world from Porvoo, and that's got to be a great thing. Now, is this your first time playing for this team?
Yeah, this is my first time playing for it. I actually been talking to the coaches for a couple years now, and Robert Johnson, my offensive coordinator, is the one who really pushed for this.
Yeah,
and he's a really great guy. The head coach Coach Marco, he actually did a lot of work getting me over here. So it all worked out really well. Though it worked out at the end. So now I'm finally here, and we're ready to roll.
So now, but you've been in Europe for a while now, haven't you, Donovan?
I have since 2021.
Oh man, that's 6 years almost.
Yeah, almost.
So obviously it agrees with you because you agree with it.
It works. It works. I found my mesh point with it. I found my way around it. I first started off in Germany.
Yeah.
I started off with the Berlin Rebels for 2 years.
Okay.
And then made my way into maybe y'all might have heard about it. I don't know if y'all remember NFL Europe.
Yep.
But
do.
Yeah, so the NFL Europe actually changed its name to the European League of Football.
Right.
But now that's a whole nother, that might be a whole nother podcast for that. But it's a mess right now. But it's like two different leagues. I don't know. But the ELF, and I actually play quarterback for the Berlin Thunder.
Okay.
So I was a QB for them.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went back to Germany and played for the prestigious New York Alliance. They actually have the most championships won out of all the teams in Europe. So they won 12 German championships, and they won 6 European championships, which is actually really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. And they have a lot of great names that came by. They had some guys that actually made it to the NFL from that team.
Yeah.
It was a great honor to be a part of that. So and after that, went to my college. I went back to school actually in the United Kingdom, where I won a national championship at, and I actually earned my master's degree in cybersecurity. And then I went to Japan, to Tokyo. I played in the X League, and now I'm in Finland now. So all over the place.
Well, you are truly what they call a journeyman, man, because you have been in all the spots where they're playing American football. And
yes, sir.
Although the NFL is a great business and it's a great experience,
it is.
The fact that you've had opportunities, man, to travel, different countries, different cities, see different cultures, just to experience things from an international level.
Exactly.
That's kind of priceless, because it's hard to pay for all of that kind of stuff unless you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly. I mean, I will tell you this. It has been a true blessing just to, as you said, just to be able to experience different cultures, and not just play football and just, and integrate, just football wise, I'm talking about actually living in the neighborhoods, actually having neighbors, from a different background, than what I'm used to growing up to, just a different culture than me. And, just learning bits and pieces of everywhere I go, especially when I was in Japan, it's a completely different, they have their own different thing over there, but at the same time, I felt like it taught me over there, a lot of patience and a lot of, just finding my own way with things.
Gotcha.
And I'm just grateful to be able to just experience the different cultures, just living and just going by it every day, and meeting new people, connecting with new people, connecting with new teammates, brothers that I can call, for life. And, it's a true blessing. It's a blessing for real.
Well, being that you've gone from this country to that country, different cultures, and it's an adjustment. You go to a different country, it's an adjustment, and you got to adjust to them. They don't have to adjust to you. You got to adjust to them.
Yeah, you do. That's actually the key success of it.
So
going in there thinking that, oh, they gotta adjust around. Nah, you can't do that, man. You gotta be humble. You gotta put yourself. You gotta integrate with your teammates. You gotta get to know them as they get to know you. But you going into their domain. This is their home, and you gotta treat. And especially when you go somewhere, you gotta Actually, my people told me you gotta treat it better than how you found it.
Right.
You gotta leave how you better how you found it. So and that's the mindset I go in. I think that's why I'm able to continue doing these and travel these places.
So you say you went to Japan. Now, we got a guy over in Japan. I don't know if you know him or not. David Pendell. Do you know David?
I do know David. That's my guy. Yes. That's David. Yeah, David's my guy. He's a great quarterback. Great guy. Great quarterback.
We found that guy.
Yes. And
we found that guy on Instagram, man, and we probably was after him off and on for about 6 to 8 months trying, because it's like, dude, you're in Japan playing American football. How does that work? I mean, okay. So, maybe if he was doing baseball, it would be real easy, but football in Japan? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this, it's a very competitive league over there. I will say that. I think it's one of the best competitive leagues outside of the U.S., outside of Canada and, Mexico. I would definitely say it's definitely up there. And, it's they have a lot of guys that's willing to, they work hard, they work throughout the week, but on the weekends, they be going at it. And you can tell, they're going to talk some smack. And I love every one of it. Yeah, I love it. So they be getting it done, though. I love it. And the X League is no joke. It's good. It's really good.
Hey, Donovan, have you learned how to talk smack in a foreign language?
No, nah. I'm gonna leave that to my teammates. I'm just gonna execute my assignment.
Oh man, I'm sure if you were able to fluently talk some smack in some of these countries, man, they'd probably be like, what did he just say? Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said
it. I'll be going crazy.
Hey, that's beautiful, man. That's great. So let's talk a little bit more about this experience in Europe. So, most people have, most guys have ambitions to go NFL. We all get that part. But what can you tell a guy if he doesn't make it to the NFL, but they're pursuing him from an international league, especially from Europe? What could you tell a young man about making that transition, making this happen? Because if you want to play ball, you play ball wherever they want you to play. So what would you tell a young man?
Well, for one, I would never tell anybody, go big for your dreams, because I was one of those guys. I was working my butt off every day to, and it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. But, God blessed me with another alternative route to come to Europe and go international. And if I was talking to somebody right now, I would tell them, like, man, just take the opportunity to just go for it. You never know where these opportunities can lead you. It'd be the things where like people just stop playing because like they don't think like, oh, it's not really like, I don't know, maybe they might have something built in their head like it's not really all that. Like what do they know about football in Europe? Like who knows? But I'm telling you personally, me, like it's one of the greatest experiences that you're gonna have. You're gonna meet a lot of people. You're going to even learn some things that you probably haven't learned before, like because you have to adjust to the team, but you're there to also elevate everybody around you, be that leader that these coaches and people expect you to be.
Right.
And I would just say, man, like just take the opportunity to go learn something different.
A guy say, yeah, man, I hear what you're saying, man, but I can't get paid in Europe, man. They don't pay no money in Europe. It's like your expectations are so high. It's like, dude, you don't have any experience in any position of professional football, so your pay is indicative of your experience. Now the NFL is different, but you got no experience, man. It's like a regular job. If you go to a regular job, you're not getting no high salary when you first go to no regular job, man.
No, you're not.
So it's the same thing. But again, what can you tell them about that aspect of compensation for teams in Europe?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: you're not gonna get paid millions. I'm gonna say that right off the bat.
Okay.
But I will say, I feel as the experience and more of the value of the experience is more important than the money of the things. Now I will say Europe, Japan is a little bit different from America when it comes to economics and just and buying things. I don't think it's necessarily that much expensive with things over here compared to it is in the States. But at the same time, it's just again, you have to have a starting point with things. And as long as somebody like me, I've built my way up to where I can make something that's kind of comfortable for myself, and that's what it's all about. You can't go into this if you're going into this thing for money, then you're already in the wrong profession already. I do this because I really love this. This is actually, a good job for me to keep right now and continue doing. Right. And also while I'm able to pursue other activities in my life. And, it's all about the experience. Yeah. And the fact that, that a team is willing to pay for you to come out and travel, to travel the world. I mean, you have to think outside of the box and realize, man, that's awesome, Yeah. And that's the approach I take with that, and that's what I would tell them.
Because what we've heard, not just from football, with basketball, when you go play international, you get a salary, like you say, you don't make millions. However, other compensations may be, well, you don't have to pay for your food, you don't have to pay for where you live, you don't have any expenses, right? You get paid and you have zero expenses. So again, if you're trying to work a job here in the States, well, you get a job, but you got expenses. You work, play for a team over in Europe or Japan or Mexico, you got a salary and you have no expenses.
No, not really, not too much. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's personal things you're gonna want.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. But far as the expenses, I mean, pretty much everything is covered. And it depends on what y'all agree and disagree on your contract. But I know, as far as me, everything is taken care of. It's
right?
Amazing.
And that's what you want. Okay, so you got me a place to stay. Check. You got me ways to get around. Check.
Yes,
when
sir.
When I need to go get my groceries, that's covered. Check. Okay, what else do I need?
Just everyday things, and and if anything comes up, you just call the team manager or what your coach, and they'll try to figure it out the next day. But it's a great, it's not that when you come over you're going to be left in the dry. Now you do have to do your research on some teams. Yeah, you do have to do your research, but at the same time, for the majority part on my part, everything has been great though. That's why I'm able to continue doing this year after year.
Well, and that's the great thing about it, man. So as long as your basics are covered,
yes,
and you're still getting a paycheck, but you're also getting these experience. Because again, here's the thing that people don't think about either. In a European country, in some of these places, you don't have to travel that much because everything is real close and tight. So in Porvoo, yeah, man, I can catch a cab and go a mile. I'm at practice. I can go to the grocery store. It's I don't have to go all over town to do things because everything is right there. It's very close. So I don't have that additional expense So that's the beautiful part of it too. And it gives you a chance because people come out to watch you play. They get to know once you take that helmet off, they can see your face oh, okay, that's the guy. And then when you're walking on the streets or when you're out and about, these people recognize you, and you're the big guy. You're the quarterback. Oh yeah, that's him. And every kids see you. So it's different in a lot of respects, but at the same time, I think it's got more of a homey feel to it. In my opinion.
It does. Yeah, it really does. Especially the town I'm in. I haven't seen too much of it yet, but as we're getting closer to the season, you could definitely see the excitement in the city with everything. And the people is really, and the kids is really waiting for us to come play out there and really do well. So you can definitely start to see it.
And stadium wise, what kind of stadium do you guys play in?
So I haven't necessarily been to it yet, but I've heard it is it's a nice stadium. It holds I think the biggest, and again, even with attendance, I think the largest, because European football is growing out here.
Yeah.
And in the league, and what I played in close to 10,000 people.
Okay.
Or 13,000, maybe.
Yeah.
just a little bit under that. But our stadium, it holds a good amount of people. Like I think between maybe like 1 to 2, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see when it comes to game day. I'll get more of that experience.
So, and I know you just got there, so you don't have any information and knowledge about that nickname, because that nickname just really just cracks me up.
I have to take a rain check and ask my head coach about how they got this name.
How they got that name, but that's unique. But it's Finland.
It is Finland. Yeah. I don't know. The Butchers. I mean, hey, we here with it.
Hey, now you've gotten quite a geography lesson, man, being in all these places, man, because places you never heard of, never been. It's like, man, when I was, I barely learned it, the 50 states. You talking about countries now, so I can just imagine, seeing things. Of course, the food is different, definitely, but still, you're making it, you're surviving, you're making it work for you. You got your second degree.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, all is right with the world. So everything is working out for you. Now you told me that you acquired the nickname Ice, and you've had that for quite a while.
Yes.
You think the fans in Finland gonna celebrate you when you come out of the field and start calling, saying ice. If they can't say nothing, if they can't say Isom or say your name, they can say Ice.
They can say Ice, yeah, they can definitely say that. No, they can definitely say that, man. Hey, I swear to you, and like I told you before, I know Drake came out with his new album, but they've been calling me this since middle school. So
okay, I got you. How many quarterbacks in the quarterback room for Porvoo? How many quarterbacks in the quarterback room?
So it's just 2 of us right now. His name is Tamu.
Really?
And he's really good. Yeah.
Tamu?
Tamu. Yes, sir.
You kidding?
Yeah, Finnish guy.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now, I'm aware there's a young man that played at Florida A&M. The last thing I heard about him, he was playing for a team in Europe. I don't know if you run across Jeremy Musa.
Jeremy Musa. It sounds familiar. Where he played at?
He played.
You know what country?
I'm not sure what country he's in right now, and I don't want to call out the wrong one. But if you run across him,
yep, I'll definitely do my research. Yeah, I'll try to reach out to him.
If you run across him, because because again, expectations is, well, I'm gonna get a shot. You go to the workouts, you go to the combines, and it's like, dude, man, do you know how many quarterbacks there are trying to make a roster in the NFL? I mean, really, a lot.
You gotta have connections with that. It's deep. I feel like I don't know personally. I mean, I was fortunate able to like get the inside game. A few years ago, because I used to work out with Des Bryant a lot. Before I went off to Europe. Yeah. And and you have to have a lot of connections with that, man. You have to have the right agency. It's just all about timing, agent, whoever your agent is, whoever's pushing your stuff out there, really. And it comes down to a lot of those factors, because I feel like a lot of and again, like not just the quarterback room, but I feel like a lot of guys is talented, but it's just the window is just so small, to really get to that point. And you just never know with these.
And you bring up a valid point, because depending on who your agent or your agency is to try to get you in certain situations, man, they may work hard for you, they may not.
And it's just and again, like it's just the whole like mesh of things. It's just a whole like you just really have to be like, I'll give you a great example. So one of my guys that his name is Abu, and I actually played against him in 2021. Okay. And he played in Germany, American import. Right after that year, and he did really well. But right after that year, his agency got him a training camp invite to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he played the preseason game. I don't think he made the regular season with them, but man, just the opportunity just to be with the Cincinnati Bengals, for the training camp in preseason, like that's amazing. Yeah. And that's just one of the examples I use from that point. It's just you just never know, like, and again, like going back to my point, you just never know where this can take you. And now forever he can say that he was with the Cincinnati Bengals from Germany. So that's amazing to see.
Well, as we spoke earlier, man, the phenomenal journey that you've had, and I want to go back into your collegiate journey after we come out of the break, but just the phenomenal journey that you've had, Donovan, as a professional, and let's keep a good respect to it. You are a professional quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Let's not try to paint it any other. Well, no, he's not a professional because he's playing. Dude, he's a professional. When you get paid, you're professional.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the bottom line.
Yes, sir.
I don't care where you are. Once you get paid for something, you're considered a professional.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad that you were able to share your journey with us and let folks know, just what it's all about. Because a lot of times, man, guys get down because they didn't make it to the big time. They get down on themselves. They lose confidence. They don't think it's going to work. They go into a funk, as we say. And it really isn't that, man. It's other opportunities. With all these opportunities in Europe and other countries, you got to make a way. You got to find a way. And if you don't, that's on you.
That is, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity out there. And and if anybody has any questions, how to get started with all of that, please tell them to please reach out to me, and I can be a guide for them, and just put them in the right direction with things, because it's not that difficult to start reaching out to people and getting your tape out there so you can go play out there, because a lot of teams do be looking for a lot of players, and there's a lot of opportunity out there for players to really make a name for themselves somewhere. So, and like I said, you never know where this football stuff will take you.
Well, I'm sure when you left Texas Wesleyan, you had no idea that one day I'm gonna be in Europe being a quarterback.
I had no idea.
Right? I mean,
I had no idea.
If someone had told you, like, no, man, I'm not playing no football in Europe, man. Europe, man, nah, come on, man. But people who have their vision unclouded, see a bigger picture, they're open to things, end up where you are. You get an opportunity to do what you're doing and have an opportunity to make the best of a situation, because if not playing football in Europe, well, you got to find a 9-to-5 job now, man.
Yeah.
Okay. And as we all know, yeah, you got a degree in cybersecurity. That don't mean you're gonna get a job in cybersecurity.
Yeah. You got to start somewhere. You got to go find something.
You got to find something. And sometimes, what you find is not what that degree prepared you for, but you have to make the best of it. And because we do it that way, and I can attest to that, because I did not come out of college expecting to do what my first job was. I had a background in printing, the printing part, and printing on paper, printing on different abstracts. I had no idea that my first job would be doing technical drawings. Right? I never had picked up a technical mechanical pencil in my life. T-squares and all that kind of stuff to do a drawing. No, man, I don't know.
It's crazy.
But the difference, I did not back away from the opportunity.
Yes,
because
sir.
it was a major American corporation. Here's an opportunity. And within these corporations, there are other things going on there. Hey, if you navigate it right, you may find out and end up in where you really want to be. But you got to get on the inside first in order to navigate.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
the way I looked at it. So I'm like, okay, here's opportunity. Okay, I'll make the best of it. And it taught me some things. To this day, I still can rely on the experience of technical drawings, knowing that everything that's man-made requires a drawing. You have to draw it from a blueprint to something. So these are the things that we want to just dwell on. Well, look, we're going to take a quick break, Donovan, come back, man. And then when we come back, man, we're going to talk about that Shaw experience and how you went from here to there, and all of that stuff.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Right. Very good. My guest today, the one, the only, Donovan Ice. Isom. Yes, indeed. We're going to come back and talk to him. We're going to take a couple of quick commercial breaks real quick. Let me tell you, the first thing we want to do is talk about our gear. Hey, if you haven't gotten our gear, you need to get some. Our new hoodies are out. our t-shirts out, our logos on the front of the hoodies, very comfortable, soft cotton material. We got them in all sizes, from small to extra large, from XX to 4X. Shipping is free. You see the prices on the screen. T-shirts start at about $25. So, hey, help us out. Order your hoodie or t-shirt today, and that will be a big plus to us. The technology glitches. Then, hey, if you want to get a copy of my book, The Forgotten QBs, hey, get a copy of the book and find out more about black quarterbacks, because if you don't know what their legacy and history is, you need to find out, because they have remarkable histories. So between the hoodies and the t-shirts, between my book, hey, and it's easy. All you have to do is go to our website, quarterfiveback.com, click on the store and order your hoodie, your t-shirt, and your book. And we are working on new merchandise. We're working on new merchandise. Maybe the hoodie and the t-shirt don't suit you right now, but we're working on some other things. Hey, if you're a golfer, we got some golf items with our logos on it. So, hey, let us know if you're interested. You can write us a message on our email at quarterfiveback@yahoo.com, our email address. We take Cash App, we take Zelle, but the store will handle everything. So, hey, check us out and see what you can find, because once we get you locked into who we are, you will become a part of the Quarter Five Back family. And that's what we want. We want you to become a part. So we're going to get back to my guest tonight, Mr. Donovan Ice Isom. We're going to talk about some college football. Hey, Donovan, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back.
So now let's talk about that experience. Now, you grew up in Louisiana, correct?
Yes, sir. Destrehan, Louisiana.
Who?
Destrehan, Louisiana.
Destrehan. Now, where is that close to?
It's close to New Orleans.
Okay, all right. So one of them parishes. Y'all got all the
St. Charles Parish, baby. St. Charles Parish. Hey, home of Ed Reed and Justin Jefferson. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And Donovan Isom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Now, how is it that you escaped Grambling and Southern, man? I mean, what's up with that?
Man, hey, I just got swayed to other things, man. I don't know, but I definitely will say, like I said, when I know we was talking before, during my recruitment process was really crazy. It was just all over the place. My first offer was actually from Tulane University, but I ended up committing and going to University of Utah and the Pac-12 at the time,
right
on the West Coast, where Marcus Mariota and it was the quarterback still at the time with Oregon. And when I seen all of that, I seen all the great quarterbacks in the Pac-12, I was like, man, like I want to become a part of that, but man, but I can never, I have some family that went to Southern, I have some, some cousins that went to Grambling too, and they probably wanted the same thing. Why didn't try to go to Southern?
I'm sure,
But I think everything worked out for a reason. I grew up around, when Grambling and Southern would play against each other in the Bayou Classic in the New Orleans Superdome.
Yep.
And growing up, just seeing that, going to some to the games, it was amazing to see. I can't even describe the atmosphere. The atmosphere is so incredible during that time, where everybody just come to New Orleans and to come see that game, and just for that whole week, It's crazy. I can't even describe it.
So from Tulane, from Utah, Tulane wanted you. You went to Utah, but after Utah, you went to
Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, Louisiana.
Yeah, so you came back home to your roots.
I did. I did. I earned my first degree, my bachelor's degree in mass communications there.
Okay.
Yeah, I started actually a couple games as a freshman there, as a redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
And but I will tell you this. I'm not afraid to say this because I'm not afraid to admit my downfalls. Southeastern was not really a good time for me. I will say football wise. I will definitely. I think there was a lot going on with family, and I was actually, and again, like I'm not afraid to say this now. Like I think I'm years away from it, but there was just a lot of like mental things that was just really bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know how to tell my head coach, like, hey, like I have these things going on. And I think that really hindered my playing, It really affected my playing a lot.
Okay.
And to whereas, like, I think after my senior, even though I committed to Texas Wesleyan, I think I was on the verge of giving up football forever.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not even like messing with like it was that serious. I don't even think I told my mom this, but
okay,
but like the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because like maybe somebody else might have a similar experience because it wound up turning great for me, and it was just at Southeastern, like I just didn't feel comfortable there. It's like something about it was just not it wasn't clicking. And again, like I couldn't really play the way I wanted to. So, and I'll never forget this name, Dwayne Taylor. He's actually an Alcorn State alum.
Okay.
So he went to Alcorn State. And Dwayne Taylor and Kyle Cox, my offensive coordinator at Texas Wesleyan, they reached out. Well, actually, I reached out to them, but then they saw my film and it was like, okay, we got to get this guy here.
Okay.
So, Texas Wesleyan actually made me fall in love with football again.
Gotcha.
And I was able to, my first year there, I was the first all-conference quarterback.
Okay.
To be at the school. I led our team to their first win because, there was a new program. And that was technically their first win in 77 years. So I'm happy to say that I got them the first win.
Okay.
And then after that, I had some great records, and then went on to try to do my pro day at Texas Tech. And then, I ended up in Europe. So crazy story.
Well, as crazy as it sounds, man, it's a beautiful story simply because the one thing I'm taking from it is you never gave up.
No.
You never gave up. Even though you were on the verge of wanting to quit and putting football behind you, two individuals came and gave you new life.
They did, yeah.
Gave you a breath of fresh air, gave you a better opportunity where you kind of re-energized yourself. You rebooted and said, well, hey, I do like football. I do want to play football. I was just not in the right place. And again, sharing those kinds of things, man, with whoever's watching and listening, especially if they're playing football, whether it's a quarterback or not. You want to be in a place where it's a good fit. They appreciate your talents and they're going to nurture you and take care of you, because when things break down, man, and you're away from home, it can be some very lonely times, man. I mean, very lonely times.
And the crazy thing is that, Texas Wesleyan at the time was an NA. Well, they are still, but they will be going to Division II in a little bit. Go Rams. And I had to throw that in there. But but they there was an NAIA program when I was there, and like I felt like that was my best years of college.
Okay.
Over there, and like football wise, just everything. I felt like that's where I had the best time at. And if I was to do it again, I would do it again. It was amazing,
Okay.
And and I have to shout out Joe Perdome because he was the one who gave me my scholarship over there, man, our head coach. And Joe Prudhomme is a great man that I still think about to this day. And he's like one of the best coaches I've had. So he was awesome.
Well, and because a lot of people aren't familiar with NAIA, I mean, it is totally off the radar.
Yeah.
I mean, totally off the radar. But as I've researched quarterbacks, NCAA, NAIA, they've had some phenomenal quarterbacks to play in the NAIA. And for a while, a lot of the HBCUs were in the NAIA.
Yep.
Not so much in the NCAA, in the NAIA. And I think the NAIA is just totally encompassing and embracing of their own types of schools that want to be a part of what they are. I mean, they're not trying to outdo the NCAA. They're just trying to be the best NAIA they can be.
Yep. Langston University was actually a team we played against. That's one of them. That's HBCU in Oklahoma. Yep.
Langston got some great history, man, for black quarterbacks.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, seriously. And their history, man, again, that's why I love doing what I'm doing, because when I get an opportunity to research, man, and delve and dig down into some of the stories and the history, man, the stuff I read about Langston from a guy who left his high school, went to Langston and started grooming quarterbacks. And that came about because a friend of mine asked me, he said, "Hey, man, you ever heard of a guy by the name of Dexter Poindexter? I mean, Desmond Poindexter?" I was like, "Who?" He's like, "Poindexter. We played against him when I was at Texas Southern. We played Langston, and his quarterback name was Poindexter, and he gave us the blues." I'm like, "No, I ain't never heard of this guy." Well, when I went and researched him, he was an outstanding quarterback at Langston. His quarterback coach was a quarterback at Langston, and his coach had been a quarterback at Langston.
Family tree. Okay.
Right. So you had been in the environment, the atmosphere of some great football and some great black quarterbacks, but you may not have even known about it. We reached out to a gentleman a couple of years ago who was the quarterback at Langston. His name was Torrance Bardell.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So he played at Langston, but then last year he played at Kentucky State. But the fact that we found him at Langston and brought him on the show, he was like, "How you guys found out about me? I'm out here in Oklahoma at Langston. How you guys find?" Hey, man, that's what we do.
That's what y'all do.
That's what y'all do.
I love it.
And speaking of the NAIA, there's a guy, I want to say his name was last name was Washington. He played at an NAIA school. Forgive me for not remembering the school's name, but in his 4 years, Donovan, of playing at this NAIA school, they won 3 NAIA national championships.
Wow.
And every year he quarterback, they went to the NAIA national championship game. So he's 3-1 in the NAIA national championship game. And the team he lost to, they had a black quarterback too.
Oh, wow.
So I know a lot of folks may not be up on the NAIA, but don't sleep on the NAIA, man, because they
got some great ballers in the NAIA. I would definitely say that for sure.
Okay. So yeah, man, you better bring your game, because hey,
you got to. It ain't no cupcake. It ain't no.
It ain't nothing sweet. Like, okay, man. So what? You were supposed to go to Utah. This ain't Utah, baby.
I found out the first practice.
This is Oklahoma. This is Oklahoma, man. You better.
I found out. Yeah, it's different. It's different. So
yeah. Well, your college experience, man, is great, and the fact that you also won a state championship in high school, which was a great thing. And I'm sure that was probably, you thought that was the best thing that ever happened to you in your life.
Man, actually, I was close to doing that. I didn't actually win it. So, but it's actually crazy. So they went the year after that. My high school went the year after, and I don't know if they won or lost. I'm not entirely too sure, but man, I was this close though, man. That was probably my best season that I had. And a fun fact about my high school, and I don't think too many people will talk about it. I don't know why they wouldn't, but it's true though, that there's only really 2 quarterbacks. There's only 2 quarterbacks from my high school out of the whole time that was there that went Power 5.
Okay.
And that's me and Jordan Jefferson that played quarterback at LSU.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
and
again,
then it was so me, him, and there's other guys I'm talking about, but I'm talking about that actually went to big schools, and like that, and I went there, and then and I think and I will say actually, and then also my boy, is it Harold? We actually had a guy that actually went to Southern, I think.
Okay.
No, we actually had a guy that went to three. So it's 3 of us.
Okay.
So, and he was like, I think he's like, he knows my sister though. Because my sister went to high school there too. But yeah, it's 3 of us though.
Okay. So what kind of makes football in New Orleans special, and what makes football in Louisiana special? Because when I think about that, of course, most people relate to 2 quarterbacks that come out of Louisiana, James Shaq Harris, Doug Williams. Those 2 names very prominent amongst
Doug
Bayou guys. You Bayou guys, yeah. But
Super Bowl
still,
winner.
but I know there is something special about football in New Orleans and that parish that surrounds it. What's so special about that, man? And if I'm not mistaken, one of the most generous persons that I can think of, Warwick Dunn, is from Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. And Warwick Dunn has a great legacy because his mother was a police officer. She was killed, but he went to the NFL, played for Atlanta, and since leaving, or even when he was at Atlanta, but this guy builds homes and gives them to needy families. That's what he does. His mother gave him some values, and he has stood on that, man, for over 20, 30 years now, just building homes and giving them to people in need. But what makes New Orleans or Louisiana football so special, especially during your time of growing up in your hometown?
Man, I will definitely say Louisiana football is like it's just a part of our culture. Like I can't really describe, like when I was a child, everybody in my class, the teachers, we would be so excited to go to our high school games. We will be so excited to watch all the colleges play in Louisiana. Even the Saints, not to mention. We've been having a little rough time, but it's all good. We're gonna come back. But man, but football in Louisiana, man, I would say is a religion. Football is a religion in Louisiana. It's just something you don't think about. Like I feel like everybody has either participated in it or in some kind of way when they was a child, or maybe they don't know more, but they're still involved in it and they pay attention. It's a very, very big thing, because that's pretty much like all we had. Like I'm not gonna say it's like all we got, but it's big enough to where people want to really follow it and make a dream out of it,
Well, I think that's in a lot of states in the South, man, that football is that religion. On Friday Night Lights, everybody has similar experiences.
They in there.
Now, what was the rival high school for your high school when you played?
Oh, Hornville High School.
Okay. And is that another city, or that's just another high school name?
So they're in the same parish, but they're across the river. So they're across the river from us.
Okay.
Yeah. It was it's so funny. Like when I was a kid, like you would see it, like the rivalry is so big. It's actually one of the biggest rivalries in America, to be honest, to be quite honest with you. And it's actually they actually had a shirt that said like we have like it's like one of the top rivalries in America. And I remember when I was a kid, like elementary school, they had this big oak tree, like in the front of like before you enter like the subdivision in Destrehan. And it would every year, every week, and every year, the week we would play Hornville, it would be TP with toilet paper all over and it's been going on like that every year. I don't know if they still do it now. Maybe like police may be on it, but like nah, but they did it every year. And I would see this. So the anticipation of me going into that game and like into that environment, in that kind of environment was something you hope to do.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool.
Okay. Going to change gears just a little bit, Donovan. Give me your thoughts about the value of black quarterbacks in this day and time, being that you are one. How would you assess the value of black quarterbacks in this day and time professionally?
Well, to me, it's really big for me because you have to acknowledge, what came before me and for me to be even in this position, to even be considered, to even do what I'm doing. Because a lot like quarterbacks like Del Williams from Louisiana, Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, even to go even before that, even when I don't remember his name precisely, but he was the first black quarterback to start in the SEC at Tennessee.
Condridge Holloway.
There we go. That's his name. Yes, that's his name. And you see these things, and it makes you and even Warren Moon, when he didn't even he was one of the leading passers at Washington, and he didn't get an NFL trial because I guess
you know why.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Went to the CFL, won 5 straight CFL championships, and then finally came to the NFL and did his thing.
Yeah.
And you have to acknowledge that part of the past to where I am today. And and I thank God, they were the pioneers for me to be where I'm at right now, and even to like get this experience to do this for me to have confidence in myself to say like, man, I seen them do this. I know I for sure can do this, and it's really important for me to carry on that legacy that they built and hopefully, proceed on to other future quarterbacks that look like me.
How do we put that thought into the minds of younger quarterbacks who are in high school now to understand the legacy and the value of who they are and what they are, so that we've seen so many times they get transition because they're an athlete. Well, you can play wide receiver, you can play safety, you can play cornerback, but how do we get to put that thought in their minds so that they stay focused on wanting to be the quarterback and not wanting to transition out just because they're athletes? Because in a time when we talk about dual threat quarterbacks, he can run and throw, but I'm sure, like and I know, growing up in the hood, that's the way we played football, man. We drop back passing. What's that do? You the quarterback, you can run and throw. So how do we put that thought in these young guys so that they understand and embody that, so that they can continue this legacy?
Yeah. First I'll say, and I wish, I had more of a grasp on this at a young age. I would definitely say don't pay attention to the outside noise, because usually the people who usually say that is usually the media. It's usually the media and people who don't really know what they're talking about. Because right now, if you look at today's age, that's really what you have to do as a quarterback in the league. You have to run.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do all of these things now. Like, there is no, you got to work on your mechanics. You got to work on all these little things. But man, you have to be able to do all the things what most of these teams be looking for is production,
Right.
And then that's, look at Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is doing everything right now for his team. He's putting them in the best position because he's being himself and he's playing free and being the way how he's doing. Patrick Mahomes playing free. So I would just say to them, don't pay attention to the outside noise. Be you. pay attention to you, focus on you, and do the things that God bless you with, and continue to work on those things day in and day out. And I truly believe if you work hard and you do the things that you're supposed to be doing, you'll get to where you need to be.
Well, I appreciate that, man, because as we talk to our younger quarterbacks, and understanding that they're at that vulnerable age where, so much information in this day and time is surrounding them in and out. They hear things, they see things, and sometimes it's hard to really figure out what I should be focused on and what I shouldn't be focused on, because so many people are in their ears or talking to them, especially people, like you said, who don't really know. They don't understand. They don't get it. They seen, money, and that's the only thing they kind of, going by. Well, you can make more money doing this. You can, everything is about that money. It's like, yeah, man, but where are my values? Exactly. Where are my values? Kids got to have some values. And if we don't embody them with values, as parents, as mentors, as coaches, as people who play the same position they play, then I won't say we fail, but it makes it more difficult for them to decipher what they should be zoned in on and what they shouldn't be. So I appreciate you sharing that, because to me, it's important. And again, it goes back to why we do what we do, man, because I've seen it. I've seen guys be overlooked. There is a test, an aptitude test that Black quarterbacks have had to take in order to try to get into the quarterback rooms at NFL teams, but they were kicked out simply because you failed an aptitude test. Not what you can do on the field, but the fact that you couldn't tell, well, the Earth is so many miles away from Mars. What would you need to do? It's like, dude, what that's got to do with football?
Nothing to do with football.
Nothing to do with football, but it has to do with kicking you out. So anyway, we appreciate that. Well, let me tell you, man, I know we're about to wind down, but let me tell you where we are. This is where we are in the show.
Okay.
This is where we are in the show. I got to let you know this, that we are at this part where we talk about the brotherhood. And the brotherhood is about the fact that now Donovan Isom, you being with us tonight, you are now a lifetime member of Quarterfive Back and the brotherhood and the fraternity of Black quarterbacks, my brother. Welcome to the frat. Welcome to the brotherhood. We are so honored to have you, man. And thank you for giving us an opportunity to make this a part of your life.
Thank you so much. This is a blessing. Thank you so much, man.
Yes,
you got to send me a picture of this too.
Oh no, you will be getting that's your certificate. I will be emailing that to you.
Perfect.
You'll get your certificate and you'll get your letter to go along with it. And also, we provide a small gift package that you'll get also from us, where you'll get your lapel pin. So the next time you're out and about over there in Porvoo,
I'm gonna have to be popping it off. You feel me?
Okay, and they're like, "What is that?" Like, yeah, Q5B, baby, Q5B, Q5B.
Yes, sir.
Donovan Isom, man, it has been a pleasure and a joy, man. Thank you so very much. Wishing you the best. Anything we can do to help you with your career, we're going to keep an eye on you. But stay healthy, stay positive, sir. Man, and go out there and win a championship this year.
Yes, sir. Definitely got to. God bless you, man. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Stick around after we get off the show. I just want to chat a little bit more, man, but we're gonna close it up right here.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, we've had him. You've heard from him yourself, the Ice, Donovan Isom. Porvoo Butchers over there in the Finland League. Great opportunity to speak with this young man. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Hey, we hope you've enjoyed the show. Until next Monday night, we always want to thank our crew. Thank them for doing what they do. Till next Monday night, as we always say, hey, go deep and go for the bomb. Take care, everybody. Have a blessed week.